So here we are at Kinbrook Island, a provincial park just outside of Brooks, Alberta. And I thought today we'd go on a little field trip and we explore the wetlands around us. What's really cool about Kinbrook is because it's a wetland, it attracts a lot of different water birds. So there's a really lovely path here that we're going to take today that you can take with your family on a trip. And we'll look at some of the things you should bring before going on a walking field trip. All right, when you decide to go for a hike with your family, there's some things you should bring. First of all, because Kinbrook is a wetland, there are lots of bugs. You should bring some bug spray. Also, because you're going on for a walk, it's really important that you stay hydrated. So make sure you bring some water. Lastly, if it's a bright, beautiful day, you're gonna want some sunscreen so you don't burn yourself, as well as a good hat to cover your ears and your face. Lastly, this one's optional, but if you have a good pair of binoculars to look through, those will help you seeing those birds up close and personal. This is Capone. She's got all our gear in her packs. Now, some things to know before going into a provincial park on a hike is that we want to leave things exactly as we found them. So you may find a cool rock or a cool flower that you want to take home, but it's actually against the law. So it's really important that we leave things as we find them. Also, Capone, if you decide to bring your furry friend with you, always make sure they're on a leash and you have bags to clean up after them. Let's go! All right, no signs of bird yet, but who can tell me what this is? That's right, it's a bird poop. So that must mean they're close by. Our first bird. Can you see him? So he looks black. Let's see if we can get a little closer. Look at him. I wonder what kind of bird that is. If you guys look very closely, there are two Canada geese swimming right there. But if you watch, there's a bunch of fuzzy little babies swimming with them. How sweet is that? I'll see if I can get a closer clip. Well, I couldn't get a closer shot. Here's a lot more of them all swimming together. There are Canadian goose. Like I said, if you look really carefully, you can see their babies. Look what I found. Here's some more evidence of birds. I see 2 eggs. I wonder if they've recently hatched or if they were just broken and that's why mom left them behind. I wonder what kind of birds these eggs belong to. All right, so the cool thing is along the marsh trail here is they have a signage that tells you about the different birds that you can see on your walk. Another place you can get information is at the booth at the front of the park. If you ask to one of the guides there, they'll give you a pamphlet with all the different kinds of birds in there. But this is really handy if there's no one at the booth. So some of the birds that we might get to see are the white pelican. So they're quite big, they're large, they're white. They look kind of silly and a little absurd. Here's the Canada goose that we've been talking about. And this one's a double-crested commodore or cormorant. I've never seen one of these, so maybe we'll be lucky and see it today. All sorts of birds here. Listen to the different calls. And look, those are our Canadian geese with their babies. Ooh, someone in that tree is not happy that we're so close. I'll back up and give them some space. Oh, another bird. He's gray. He's got a little bit of white on his head. He's pretty big. I think we've seen him a few times. That's right. It's a Canada goose. Now, sometimes during this time of the year, they're still protecting their nests. So if he hisses at us, we know to give him lots of space. All right, is he there? Oh, he's gone. We were so close. Where did he go? Oh, there he is, swimming away. All right, we got some more evidence of birds. Right here, we have a feather. Pretty cool. Now, as cool as this feather is, remember, this is a provincial park, so we have to make sure we put it back exactly how we found it. I wonder if we'll see the bird that left this feather on our walk. All right, look really closely. I can see some birds. Can you? I count 3 in the grass. Look Look at the bright yellow head on that guy. Let's see if we can get closer. Do you see him? How cool is that? He's got a yellow head and a black body. I wonder if I can find a sign that will tell us what he is. Oh, how beautiful is he? Now, if you walk the marsh trail, sometimes you'll find these little claws. These are crayfish claws. Now, I wonder how they got from the water onto the walking path. Well, it turns out birds, like seagulls, pick up the crayfish from the water, fly them really high in the sky, and then drop them on the rocks to break their shells so they can eat their insides. So that's why often on these walks you'll see lots of different bits of crayfish shells. Look at these teeny tiny blackbirds on the trail. I wonder what they're scavenging for. Maybe some of those delicious crayfish? All right, so thanks for coming with me on our walk down Marsh Trail. I hope you guys got to see lots of birds, evidence of birds, and I encourage you to come out with your family. It's a great way to social distance. It's not far from Brooks, and it was a wonderful way to spend the afternoon. Though technically not on the Marsh Trail, our bird watching tour wouldn't be complete without the majestic seagull. How many can you see?